Hello everyone, welcome back to my Python series. Today we're on already episode 11, so that is crazy to me. But anyways, today we're gonna talk about mostly just dictionaries and lists, and then using that, I'm gonna give you a nice juicy challenge. But other than that, let's start, guys. Okay, so let's start off with some dictionaries. So, say if I give you guys a variable called dick name, and with dictionaries, what you want to do is you always want to have curly braces, and inside these curly braces, you'll have you have two values. So you have one value here, say x, and you have another value here, say y, and then you'll close it. This x value here, you will have is basically called a key. And this is what you'll call out when you want to call the dictionary. And inside this x value, you have this y value. So let me give you guys an example. So we got here, say, name, and inside the y, we got Cassian, yes? Yeah, beautiful. So what this basically just means is we got a name, we got like a story, it's like a variable kind of, but we call it a key in Python. And this name key holds the value of Cassian. We can obviously carry on going, and we can say um, age, and we can do this, and then we can say 69. Cool. This is nice. And to actually print this out, what we would want to do is, instead of having the curly braces again, what we're going to do is we're going to do dict name, and instead of the curly braces, we're having square braces. And when you use the square braces, what we want to do is we're gonna basically just call out the key that we want. So say if we want name, where's the other one? There you go. Beautiful. This should print Cassian. Beautiful. And this can go along. So say if I wanted to print my age, I can just say age, and it'll print. What did I do wrong? So basically, what we did here is I forgot to do this. So make it an age, and we just say 69, and that's pretty much it. But also, what I want to show you guys is, say I have Dick's name. Let's get rid of this part actually. Say I don't really want to manually change this. So in the program, I can say, what can I say? What can I say about myself? Dictionary name, um, colored hat. No. Hat equals Lord equals input, and we can say what color is your hat. And what we can do now is we can say, this is a bad example, but we can say the dict key, so we can say age, close the brackets, and we can say equals colored hats. Nice. And what this will basically do is it will replace the 69 with whatever the user inputted for the hat. What we actually want is we're going to want the not the commas, the speech marks. Forgot about that one. And this just basically changes it, but we want to actually output it, so we can just say what is it, print dicts name Lord. That's what this should basically do. Do print name, Cassian, age, whether the colored hat, say we made it red. So what is your color hat? Red, and beautiful. And that's what it basically does. You can just change it with whatever you want inside the dictionary. So whatever the key value is, you want to change. And that's what it basically does. Okay, so now let's move on. Let's say now we can say hats. Should I just make my life a lot easier because I keep on getting this wrong? Cool. Let's do hat is red. Red. Cool. And let's also say, what should we say? Okay, we should keep it like that. Now I'm going to show you guys how to loop inside the dictionary. So how you guys do that is, say I want to do for I in dict name. And let's change this to something. Actually, we'll keep it to that. And to just actually iterate through all of these keys and values, it will go once, twice, 3 times. But let me show you guys. And then we'll indent, and we'll do dict name, and we'll do the ith term. So if I haven't explained to you guys already, what this basically does, of course it creates a variable, but this is the variable that increments every time the loop goes on. So for I in dict name, so I will first be 1, then there'll be 2, and then there'll be 3. And well, actually it'll be 0, 1, 2 because that's how Python works, but that's basically how it works. And when I say print dict name I, that's just going to print I. That's going to print the first one, which I equals 0. Then it'll go back to the top and it'll print age 69. And that'll be I equals 1. And let's go one more time and it'll print hat red. And that would have been I equals 3. And then because it's already finished and gone to the end of the dictionary, then the program will stop and it will go down to the other piece of code that you should have below. But we can make this just a little bit more kind of tidy, so to say. And what we can do here is we can add in the function dot values. And dot values goes like this. It goes like this, and you have 2 brackets, and it goes like this because we're looping through dict name with the for loop. I'm going to just say print, as you will go, we'll change this to value just because we want our variables to be as accurate as possible. And what this will do is it will just loop and it will go Cassian 69 red. Yeah, it does the same thing because if I went, let me go all the way back. Yeah, if I went all the way back, if you see this Cassian 69 red, it will print the exact same. Cool, nice. Okay, now as you can see, this only prints out the key value, not the actual key as well. So we can combat this by adding a different function. And first, let me set up the for loop again, and we'll do 2 variables this time. We'll do for and name and value because we've got name and then we've got the value because that's how we want it to be. And we'll do in dict name, and then instead of having the semicolons here, we'll do items, and we'll do the brackets, and then we'll do semicolons finally. Then we can do a print statement, and actually, you know what? I'm feeling a bit of an F string, so let's go with name, and we'll go colon, and we'll do value, and then we'll do closing it. For name, value, in dict name, so it'll just print out, it'll go name Cassian, space, go into the next line, age 69, go next line, hat's red, and it'll print it out. So, beautiful. And that's basically it for the loops. I mean, I can probably, yeah, actually, let me show you guys a bit more. So, we got the original for loop, and we got the key and the key value as shown here. But we can also add conditions. So if we do if, let's see, if let's say name, I guess, if name equals Cassian, then we can go on and say you are the best YouTuber. Cool. Okay, never mind. So what we can do is we can change this to also name, because what I forgot about is that when we do the condition, we're talking about if name. We're not actually talking about the name yet. We're doing if name, so we're talking about this name here. This is our variable name, not this part. And we're going to say if name equals name, which is this part that we're talking about, and say we'll add another if statement, and we'll say if value, because we're referring to the value again, and we say equals to Cassian, yeah, you should now print our original for loop, and also should say you are the best YouTuber, just because that's of the new syntax. And boom, nice. It's actually pretty nice and it's pretty simple, but I don't know. Wait, let me say. We can also say we can say else um else print you suck. And say if we change this to Corolla, we can do this. You suck. Alright. I've spoken about dictionaries. Now let's move on to lists, more specifically 2D lists. Previously, what I did before was what I was doing before is say list. Actually, we'll go lowercase, and I did list square brackets, and I did Gaussian 69 red. This originally was a 1D list, but what I'm going to be talking to you guys now is a 2D list. And basically, what 2D list is let's use this again. And basically, the first square bracket will be the row index. And then you have another square bracket, which is your column index. And this is just how it is, and this is more used for tables, like say if you want to make a chess. This is just how you want to do it. But more importantly, you can just say, let me show you guys. You can go like this. You can do, I don't like going like this, just because it's nicer. Yeah, nice. Cool. Now we can say Cassian 69 red. And we can close the brackets. Now we can just go down, and this is kind of just like say like the first 3 squares on the bottom row of a chessboard. Now we can add the second, so this would be 2A, 2B, 2C. This one would be 1A, 1B, 1C. So now we add another square brackets, and we'll say Corolla. She's also 69, and she's got a blue hat. And we'll add one more, and this one will be Charlie. Let's go for 69 as well, and he's got a green hat. We'll do it lowercase. And we can also go like this, blah blah blah, and we can just put this. Actually, we'll put this on here just for reasons I do not know. But basically, what this shows is, say for instance, a chessboard. Yes, we have the bottom, So this would be 1A, 1B, 1C. This one would be 2A, 2B, 2C, and this would be 3A, 3B, 3C. So as a chessboard, this one would be where the um, castle is and the queen and the king, and this one is where the pawns will be, and this will be empty spaces. That's basically how it works in a more simplified version, I guess. And we can just print this out by saying, so now we can just go like this, and we can say print. Oh, what's going on? Okay, so we forgot to do. So basically, after every single row, what you want to do is add a comma at outside of your 2D array. So what we have here is, now if I could do it, you'll see it nicely. And you can also, if you really wanted to make it so it's actually like a chessboard where you just do slash line, but that's more for later when I give you, well, I might give you a chess uh, game to do. But say if I wanted to print just this line, forget about these two, we want to just do Cassian 69 red. What I'd like you guys to do is just press 0, index 0, because we're only looking at the 0, because remember how I showed you before, it was like this part is the row, and this is the column. And because we're only talking about the row here, it will just print off this part. It won't look at these two because you haven't said it, and because we haven't given a column, it will print out the whole column, all the columns basically. And say if I do this, it should just print Cassian 69 red. Beautiful. So we can also do, as I said, say I want to just print Cassian, I just do double zeros and it'll just print Cassian. And of course, if I just do 0, 2, it'll just print red. And if I wanted to do 1, 2, it should go 0, 1, 0, 1, 2. It'll print blue. Nice. And if let's see. So we can also just edit these lists. And how we will go about doing that is, forget about printing yet. Actually, we'll keep that there. We'll go like this. I'm going to do list, and I'll do, say I want to change a specific one. So say I want to change my colored hat, so that'll be 0, index 0, and index 2. And I want to change that to, say, pink. And what this will do is, let's say I don't want this, let me get rid of this, and I want to print the whole of the top line. What this will do is, it's originally Cassian 69 red, but now because I've changed it, it will be Cassian 69 pink. And there you go. Very simple, very nice, and I think it's a very useful thing, especially when you start doing games or like graphics and you want to actually display what you have. But anyways, let's move on from the teaching and onto the challenge of today. So we got day 11 challenge, and what I want you guys to do is basically, let me type this in, hangman. There you go. So I want you guys to, when a word has been picked, so whatever word you want, or you can make it so it's a random word from an array, just giving you an idea, but it will prompt the user to type in a letter, and then your program should check if the letter is in that word, and if it does, output the word with all the blanks apart. So you have underscores for any parts that they haven't guessed right, and the part that they have guessed right, you put that letter in so it looks like a hangman. And it'll just carry on. Once you get one right answer, it needs to carry on for the rest of the answers. So say they got D right and they get E next right, D and E has to be in the next one, so it has to save. And basically that's just keeping the running list. And then basically you just want to make the algorithm say how many times they've picked a letter, and if it's more than 6 times they lose, So pretty basic hangman rules. And then if they actually guess the letter, output like yay, well done, you won, and then print out the actual word with all the letters and make it nice and pretty for everyone to see. And as always, I'll probably put the answer in the description. And thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in day 12.